The IBF remains bullish. They are insisting that they will likely strip Gennady Golovkin of his IBF world middleweight title if he takes on Martirosyan on May 5th. The reason for this? Well, they are trying to enforce, or they intend to enforce, their mandatory on Gennady Golovkin. The only reason he was given any type of leeway and not facing his mandatory sooner is because of the fact that he was facing Canelo Alvarez. So the IBF decided to make an exception because the Alvarez fight was so big. But now he's no longer facing Alvarez. They're saying, no more exception. You have to face your mandatory now with immediate effect. And that mandatory is Sergey Derevnyachenko. And I'm probably butchering that name once again, but that's the best I can do. And yeah, they're saying you must fight Derevnyachenko. The IBF are relatively forceful when it comes to enforcing their mandatories compared to the other sanctioning bodies. This is something that has been going on with the IBF for a long time now. They insist on champions facing their mandatories. They're not as willing to give any leeway as the other sanctioning bodies tend to be. So I think this is a good thing if they strip Gennady Golovkin, because Martirosyan, seriously, the guy ain't fought for 2 years. He's never been a world champion. He's never fought at 160. How on earth is this guy being green-lighted to face Gennady Golovkin? Unbelievable. Have Golovkin face his mandatory, or at least have him face somebody halfway credible. One of the sanctioning bodies had to take a stand on it. And those sanctioning bodies are not really the people to go to when it comes to any type of fairness or justice or sticking even to their own protocol. But in this case, the IBF has decided to take a stand and say, you know what? We've got a mandatory. We're not just going to completely rewrite our rules to suit you in this instance. So you're going to have to face the guy, or we're going to strip you. I think this is a good thing. And again, the IBF are sticklers for champions facing their mandatories. If you remember when Kell Brook was IBF welterweight champion, they made Kell Brook face a couple people who nobody wanted Kell Brook to fight because they were, you know, quote unquote nobodies. People like, God, I can't even remember their names now. That's how lowly or lightly regarded those particular fighters were. I literally can't remember their names now, the two guys that he fought. But you know the guys I'm talking about. Those were his mandatories at the time. And the reason they were mandatories is because higher ranked contenders had opted out of partaking in final elimination bouts. And so therefore they have to go, the IBF go all the way down the rankings to select people who are willing to partake in elimination bouts. And it just so happened that Kell Brook got a couple soft touches when he was IBF welterweight champion in terms of mandatories. Other than when he fought Errol Spence, obviously. That was a serious mandatory for the IBF. Point being, the IBF, regardless of who the mandatory is, whether he's a good fighter, whether he's a not so good fighter, they're going to try and enforce it. Unlike the other sanctioning bodies who, you know, they're a little wishy-washy. So, yeah, let me know what you feel about this in the comment section below. Maybe some of you out there think Golovkin should not be stripped. I personally think he should be. The IBF should strip him. It's a good thing that they're doing this because the Martirosyan fight, come on, people. Come on. Let's see him in with a real live opponent now that the Canelo fight is not happening on May 5th. Drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel. It's happening. I'm out.